What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz, the adult. All right, man, look, let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it 100, man. When talking about Deontay Wilder, I see many of you in my comments talking about independence and talking about him taking control of his own destiny. Let's keep it real. I'm going to keep it real with you guys, okay? There is no difference between DAZN and Showtime. He was going to get bound to one of them. He just chose Showtime. Showtime isn't him having more control. It's not. Understand. And I understand a lot of you guys are on the race thing. Okay, I understand that. Or he needs his independence. But you got to understand what they're feeding you. You got to listen. You got to see. Okay? Showtime is a huge platform, just like DAZN is trying to be a huge platform. Either way, he was going to be shackled to one of them. He just chose Showtime. Showtime isn't more independent. Did you guys look at the Boxing Voice? Did you see the interview there? Did you see his interview on, what was that, AB Boxing News or something like that? Did you see his interview there? When they asked him about the DAZN offer, when they asked him about Anthony Joshua, he couldn't even speak for himself. He got tied up, and then Shelly Finkel came in and spoke for him. They were speaking for him. You talking about independence, he couldn't speak for himself, okay? So I'm trying to keep it a buck with you guys. The reason why I wanted him to take the $100 million deal or $120 million deal, the 3-fight deal with DAZN, is because that's your pathway to independence. You do not fight Brazil on Showtime for $2 to $5 million to pass up $20 million. Okay? That's your route to independence, is beating Anthony Joshua, knocking his mouthpiece to the 5th row, so then you can set your price. See, now, being on Showtime, he doesn't get Anthony Joshua. He doesn't unify, get all the belts, and then set your price. See, it's chess, it's not checkers. You know what I'm saying? You collect all the belts. You make sure you're the top dog. If you learn anything from Floyd Mayweather, that's what he did. He was the B-side when taking on Oscar De La Hoya. He beat him, and then he set his own price. Beat Anthony Joshua first. Grab that cheese. Grab that $100 million or up to $120 million, whatever it was. Beat Anthony Joshua. Rematch. Beat him again. You got all the belts. You knocked this mouthpiece to the 5th row, and then you set your own price. Now you independent. You guys ain't peeping the game. You're not keeping it a buck with yourself. Signing to DAZN and signing to Showtime is the same thing. What it's about is putting the money in his pocket and having the fight with Anthony Joshua. That's the pathway to independence, because you're the man on top of the hill with all the belts, unified. You gotta keep it a buck with yourself. I hear you guys in my comments. Oh, he's making the smart move. No, the smart move is beating the man and then setting your own price. That's the move. And Showtime isn't more independent, it's Showtime. He signed on to have a fight on Showtime, not on Deontay Wilder's show. It's Showtime. Or he can sign to fight on DAZN. He doesn't own either one of them. He's not more independent on either one. But your pathway to independence is beating the man, collecting all the belts, and setting your own price afterwards. You guys got to peep game. You got to peep game. You got to peep game. And yeah, I criticize him. You got to get off of that, man. You got to really see, all right? And don't take whatever they're feeding you. Use your own mind. He would have had more financial power taking the $100 million deal and beating Anthony Joshua twice. In the long run, he can set his own price with everything. Endorsements, everything. He's the man with all the belts. Now he's a guy fighting Brazil for $5 million instead of $20 million. And next he got Klitschko tied up on Showtime. Think, man. ShowBizz, the dope. I'm out. Huh.